going on? Monday down here on the Gold Coast. Sun has not long ago come up. I got a coffee and I figured this would be the perfect time to get things rolling again with the YouTube channel. I wanted to film a little quick video and tell you kind of where I've been, why I took a little bit of a break, and then what you can expect. So hang out with me and let's dive into this one. So it's been quite a few months now, and it's gone incredibly quick. I didn't intend to take a break for this long. It just kind of happened. But the original reason that I went on a little bit of a hiatus from creating was because I'd done a lot of videos over the previous few years, with some breaks along the way, but also pretty consistently as well. And so I just reached a point where I felt like I needed to take a little bit of time, get a little bit of air, and so I wasn't kind of just creating for the sake of creating. I actually went on a bit of a burst just before I took a little bit of a break, changed up the style of the videos a little bit, which was being really well received, but I just needed to take some time and kind of, I guess, fall back in love with the process of creating. I'm in a very fortunate position with the business where it doesn't rely on any one platform, or it doesn't rely on me having to crank out 3 YouTube videos a week in order for things to keep ticking. The way that I approach kind of the sale of my courses and my consulting and my advice and the growth of the brand is a bit more holistically, an ecosystem approach, which if you hang around long enough, you'll learn plenty about. And what that allows is it gives me the flexibility to turn things off and on as I kind of see fit. And so it felt like the right move. I didn't intend for it to kind of roll this long, but alas, here we are. I also wanted to explore some different strategies, and there's only so much time and kind of energy in any given day, week, and again, if you followed me for any length of time, or if you're newer, you'll figure this out pretty quickly. I like to keep things pretty lean and simple, and so in order to allocate the requisite time to these other things that I've been doing, it just made sense. So a couple of other things that I've been trying in place of, well, not trying, but implementing, they've worked very well in place of YouTube, is just different ways to spend time with my audience. And one of those has been hosting workshops or behind the scenes sessions. They're all listed on my website. You can go grab them. And that's been a lot of fun, where say once a month I'll sit down for a couple of hours and go deep onto one particular topic, as opposed to YouTube videos that are they might be 10-15 minutes, and it's a little bit of a kind of a quicker burst into a certain topic. So that's been really enjoyable. I've also revived my Facebook group. It's something I've had for a long time, and reconstructed the strategy around that, and that's working really nicely at the moment as well. And I've also started expanding out into paid ads a lot more, both in terms of bringing new people into the world and in terms of getting my content, my products, my services in front of people who already know who I am. You may have seen some of them around the internet. So there's just been it was just a shift in focus for a little while. It was always something I wanted to come back to, and today's the day as we head towards the back end of August, and it's such a beautiful morning here that I figured I'd get rocking and rolling first thing, and we can jump back into it. On a more personal note, my son turned 1 in July, so he's now over 13 months. The first year of being a dad has been unbelievable. It's been so much fun. I always knew I'd like it, but I didn't quite appreciate until I was in the situation just how amazing it would be. He's so much fun. He's such a character, and having the business set up the way that I approach things has just allowed me to be able to spend so much time with him, especially over this first year, that I'm super grateful. Kind of in line with that, I've also I've also got an office now. I worked from home for many years, pretty much since 2018 when I quit my corporate job, but with the little guy being at home, that's just become a little bit too hard. He just wants to hang out and play all day, which is amazing, but I do need to get some work done from time to time. So I've got that space now, which is really cool. And I work out of there. Then I've obviously got a virtual team. But over time, I'd like to have some folks who work in there more locally with me, both in the online business capacity. I'm also building up my investment portfolio on the side, and so I see some opportunity for that to happen as well. So things have been rolling, things have been happening, despite that I haven't been uploading on YouTube as consistently as I have previously. And there's lots more, but that's just a couple of things that have kind of changed and evolved. In terms of the business itself right now, there's a few different things happening. Like I said, I'm hosting pretty regular workshops, so make sure you're on my email list. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Facebook. As always, jump into the group if you aren't in there, and you'll hear about those whenever they drop. There's no set routine, but they're an amazing way for us to spend a few hours together. Sometimes I'll do a Q&A session as well, for a ridiculously low price. In terms of more formal, you can also buy all the recordings and stuff from those over on my website, jacobcaris.com. In terms of the more formal coaching, advisory, consulting, there's really kind of three. Publicly, you'll really only see two, but there's a third. I've got what I call my academy. I launched this back in April, and this is pretty much exclusively for folks who are under $10,000 a month in their course, coaching, and consulting business. The reason I launched this was because for pretty much the previous couple of years, I focused nearly exclusively on my inner circle, and that's nearly always been folks over 10 grand a month. And we've got guys in there. We had a gent join this week who's done over 20 million bucks in coaching sales. So it's a slightly higher level room in terms of income level. And I've got a lot of people who follow me who aren't quite at that level yet. And so I created the academy in order to help folks get there ASAP. That's currently, at the time I'm filming this, it's currently under a wait list, but that'll change and evolve, so you can get in touch with me if you're interested in that. But it's for the person that wants a lean, simple, lifestyle-focused coaching or consulting business like what you see me talk about on social media all the time, and for the folks who are under 10K per month. So we really just focus on nailing your offer, getting your traffic and your content flowing, get you to that first 10,000 a month, and then you can either take it and run with it, or we can move you into the second thing, which is my inner circle that I mentioned before, and that's where we work together a lot more closely. We meet every week for a call. There's some one-to-one time that we do together, and that's really about scaling and building the business that you really love, and making a ton of money in the process. And then the third is more my private advisory that I call platinum. That's typically only for people who've been through one of those front two offers, and then we end up working together much longer term. We may do some rev share type work together. So for the purposes of this video, it's really inner circle and academy at this stage, beyond the courses and the workshops and stuff like that. So that's kind of the current state of play. In terms of the content on this channel, I want to get back to creating videos like this, where it's just me and the camera talking and just sharing lessons and insights and breakthroughs, be they mine, clients, things that I'm seeing out in the market and out in the industry. It's in a really interesting place. So I just want to get back to creating and creating freely. From time to time, I'll prepare notes, prepare slides. We'll dive in and do things that way. But I also really just enjoy picking up the camera and talking. I know those videos don't get the most views in the world, but I also know the people that want to follow along really enjoy them as well, because I've received so much feedback on that over the years. And people move with their credit cards, and the data tells me that folks like just being able to hang out in a very casual setting where a lot of YouTube is kind of overproduced and overhyped. These casual videos have always been really fun for me to create. So I want to get back to doing that a lot more often. In terms of subject matter, it's going to be pretty wide-ranging. I travel a bit, be that personally or with the business, and I'll bring you along and share some content on the road, maybe do some interviews with people that I'm meeting up with. I'm going to speak at an event in Perth in a couple of months, and there's a couple of other things in the pipeline, so I can bring you along on the behind-the-scenes kind of journey in that regard. And then aside from that, we're going to be going deeper into things like building your personal brand, generating traffic, creating content, structuring up your offers, streamlining your operations so that you're saving tons and tons of time, and you can run things in a couple of hours per day, selling higher ticket, retaining clients, ascending clients, getting referrals, all these kind of things, all these kind of weird and wonderful things that we get to dive into when it comes to building a brand and selling our own information and advice. I've also got plenty of other things outside of that business on the go, and so I expect in time, maybe not immediately, but in time, those will start to leak into the content as well. Like I said, I'm growing my own private investment fund on the side. So there's always interesting lessons and opportunities that pop up through that, and over the long term, I think that will leak into things a little bit more. I'm always exploring different opportunities, and so if I see something that I think would be suitable, I'm always open to introducing that to the right folks, and so that may come into the content as well. But above and beyond all that, just bringing you on the day-to-day journey of running an online business, growing a personal brand, selling your own products and services online, and whatever lessons and insights I can share with you from my time selling millions up until this point, and wherever this kind of crazy journey goes. I look forward to doing it. So appreciate you watching this video. Looking forward to getting back into it. I'm gonna go finish my coffee, watch the sun come up, hit the gym, and dive into the next week. I appreciate you all. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.